I dare you to turn pain into purpose. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who's hurting you? A relationship where the person that you love the most in the world is causing you pain? I have. Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Streffler. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and board-certified expert in traumatic stress. I own a private counseling practice, and I'm a former victim, now survivor of domestic violence. When I was 22 years old, I met a man who I thought was going to be the man of my dreams. But once I woke up, I realized he was really the man of my nightmares, and I needed to leave, and I needed to leave quickly. So I packed 2 suitcases, and I had $175 in my wallet and boarded a plane. I moved from Massachusetts to Florida and started my life over. I moved into my parents' garage for 3 months until I got a car, a job, and finally my own place. When I was in the relationship, I felt like I had no control. I felt like everything was happening to me, not from me. But once I got out, I knew that I was stronger than I ever gave myself credit for, that all the things that were happening to me weren't my fault, and I needed to take this pain and use it to help other people. So I started volunteering at a domestic violence shelter. I then began working there. I went back to school and got a master's degree and started my own counseling practice. Later, I went back to school and got a PhD. While working in my counseling practice, I was working with a woman who made over $100,000 a year. While she was talking about being physically, emotionally, and mentally abused in her relationship, I referred to the relationship as abusive. She became horrified and said to me, "Laura, I'm not one of those women." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She says, "You know, they live in trailer parks and their husbands wear wife beater shirts." I said, "Oh, I didn't know there was a dress code for domestic violence." And I was so upset because I thought she was being so judgmental. But she wasn't. She believed the myths and the stereotypes about domestic violence. She didn't understand what it really was. She thought that the inappropriate and abusive behaviors that were happening to her were because of her. Over the years, I've seen more and more victims blaming themselves for the violence or the abuse because they really don't understand domestic violence. So I wrote the book, Wife Beater Shirt Optional, There Is No Dress Code for Domestic Violence. I took their pain in addition to my own, and I used it for the purpose of educating people, letting them know that they're not alone when they're victims of domestic violence. The book is available on Amazon.com or my website, drlauracounseling.com. I dare you to take your pain and turn it into purpose. Write a book. Write a story, draw a picture, advocate, educate, change a law, do something. You won't be sorry.